Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where this time we're going to be talking about one of my personal favorite characters from the Mandalorian series, good old Kuiil. Now, Kuiil is a character first introduced in season 1 of the Mandalorian. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the show, but unfortunately he does not make it out of season 1, so that's the only material we have for him. But man, he was such a great character for that show. Watching the first season of The Mandalorian was a special experience. Just seeing this world, seeing this Western type of vibe. And Kuiil really fit in, not just as a little bit of a comic relief character with his mannerisms and his interactions with Mando, but, just being a guy. I mean, this is a guy that's a hardworking, pretty much normal citizen of the galaxy, who manages to become a hero in his own right. He has nothing to gain by doing what he does throughout the course of the show. This is a guy that worked with his own hands to free himself from the Empire. He lives a very peaceful existence and doesn't ask for a whole lot of, excitement and adventure in return, but he feels just as responsible as anyone for the protection of the child and helping Mando in his quest. And I think it's a very noble thing. I think sometimes take a step back out of Star Wars and look at the real world. Like, people with the personality of Kuiil are the people that you want to find. Those are people that you want to meet in life because they are good people. And Kuiil was a good man. Well, he was a good Ugnaught. And not only just being, like I said, a hell of a worker, but, very savvy with technology and his ability to repair the IG unit and, completely rewire, something that comes into play later in the series. Kuiil's legacy is never truly gone in the Mandoverse, which is something I personally love that they included. His scene where he sacrifices himself to protect the child was, absolutely devastating when first watching. Like I said, in a short amount of time, you have this guy that's just kind of a reluctant help to the main character who, becomes a central part of his team and a central part of, them being able to defeat the Empire in that moment. Kuiil, like I said, he had everything to lose, and he sacrificed, and he did the right thing. So we must not forget Kuiil. We must not forget his sacrifice and what he did for the greater good. But yeah, overall as a character, like I said, with one season of development, I think he was done very well. Ugnaughts are a cool species in general. I think putting one in a prominent role in this series was a great decision. You always love to see aliens, especially familiar species that kind of call back to the original trilogy or some of the original puppet designs from, way back in the day. Like, when you see those characters, kind of be given new depth and given a name and given a personality, it's always a good thing in Star Wars. There are many examples of that, and we could go on and on, but keeping the focus on Kuiil, like I said, I think he's an important part of the Mando story. And if you watch Mando season 1, he's going to be one of the most memorable characters. So with that being said, I'm going to give Kuiil an 8.5 out of 10. I love his character. I love the personality and what he brought to that season of The Mandalorian. I think he was a big part of that show hitting the level of success that it did with that first season. And I'm not sure without his character being part of the story that The Mandalorian would be the show that it is today, and how popular and how well received those characters were by everyone. So Kuiil's going to get an 8.5 out of 10. I have spoken. And that's all I got for you this time. If you liked the video, drop a like. Make sure you've subscribed. Got great content coming out. Love making these videos. Can't wait to expand the channel and talk about even more Star Wars with everyone. So let's keep the vibes good. May the Force be with you. And as always, let's blow up that like button and go home.